Low Cash. We're hanging out with our boy Jay Brooks.
It's Jay Brooks. Are we on video right now?
Right now.
We're video right now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, our friend Jay Brooks has been smiling.
I had to do a little intro there for you, Drew.
I love it.
You know those guys. If you're watching the video, it's Low Cash, Kristen Preston. Of course, you were. How many years ago was that you were on the road with them? That was an.
It was right before COVID hit, so it was the end of 2019, right?
Was it?
Yeah, right when crap hit the fan.
Right. Yeah. That probably because you were at that show. That was in Okoboji.
Yeah, Okoboji. That was one of my first times opening for them back then, and now, we've been buddies with those guys and writing songs and doing a lot of tour with them since then.
Yeah, Drew Baldridge joins us here today, and we're just going to talk about be like a couple of old buddies catching up because, well, I tell you, it's been a long time.
It has been too long, buddy, too long.
Yeah. So what have you been doing lately? I know we'll get to the latest edition here in a minute, but before all of that happened and you figured how to work things.
Yeah, man. Man, we've been so blessed as of late, I thought my world was ending right after we were on that tour with Preston and them. I lost my record deal, which was a big deal for me in my world. And then, I caved in and got on TikTok. I never thought that'd be a thing. I thought that was the stupidest stuff in the world.
Right.
And, we had this song that I wrote for my wife called She's Somebody's Daughter. That song, man, it meant so much to me. Much to me and her. She danced to it at our wedding with her dad, and I made this special version for them to dance to. And on our honeymoon, I made a TikTok of it, and I was sitting in my car, and I just said, "Hey, this song meant a lot to me and my wife. She danced to it with her dad. If you guys like it, we'll put it out for you, this wedding version." And we were in Hawaii. We drove around the island, didn't think anything of it. Woke up the next day, and the video had almost 10 million views on it. And it just went all around the world. And, here we are a couple of years later from that. And it's, one of the number one wedding songs in the world. And it's been wild to see that. And now, that allowed me to put out my whole own record last year called Country Born, which has been really cool. So, man, I've just been putting out music and just doing it for the fans, just doing it for people that love my, follow my story online and on socials. And it's been really, really special to watch it grow so organically over the last couple years and just focusing on, my fans and who I make music for, the heart of it. And that's what's so important to me. And I've learned that over the last couple years in doing this, putting out music this way.
This is what I love about country music is because it is about real life. And you, Drew, a fantastic songwriter. I love all your songs. I mean, you got a bunch of them that I just love. You wouldn't believe whether I'm listening at home or I'm in the truck or whatever, I'm going, what kind of mood am I in? I'm in a Drew Baldridge kind of mood. And you think it'd be like, I want something rocking. I'm going, man, I want to hear something with meaning behind it.
Yeah. And that's kind of what in the last couple of years I've really honed in on that is I want to put songs out that impact people. And that's why I moved to Nashville, is to write songs that make a difference in life and people can put their life to it. And obviously, She's Somebody's Daughter's kind of been at the front of that. But then last couple of months, we have this song called She Does. That's another song that I kind of wrote about my wife and where we were at in our life in that moment of, her being the one that slowed me down, that the one that made me more of a man than I've ever been. And, putting that up on socials and seeing a lot of other dudes feeling the same way that I do about their woman. It's just it's a way that somehow a girl comes in and slows you down a little bit in a good way, makes you more of a better man. And that's what this song's all about.
Well, I like the beginning because if you watch the video, obviously it's not part of the radio edit, but this is how the video, if you haven't seen the video, this is great, Drew. I just love it. Did she tell you? I mean, you had no idea because your reaction was just priceless.
Dude, I was so mad when she did this, the way she did this, and we talk about it still and laugh about it because that next morning we were not trying, to have a baby. And it was very early in the process and I was getting ready to go on the road the next morning and I was getting ready to leave at like 5 a.m. and she took a pregnancy test. And never told me she was taking one. B, didn't even know she had one. And all I hear from upstairs is her screaming my name. I thought something was wrong. And I come around the corner, and if you see this video, you could see that I'm totally shocked, like completely shocked. And I was so messed up because I had to leave at 5 a.m. the next morning and go out on the road. And I was like, why'd you do this? Why didn't we like plan to take this test so I could be like in the headspace, you know?
Yeah. Here's the first part of the video. I'm just going to play the first part of the video of her walking down the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
I need you to come here for a second. What? I need you to come here for a second.
Shut your mouth.
I love it. That's a shut
So
your
real.
mouth.
Yeah. Shut your mouth. We're gonna be parents.
Yeah. And life is changing as we know it at that moment right there, because all of a sudden you're finding the baby room, what colors are going to be. You had no idea until later on you did the gender reveal, right?
Yeah, so we did the gender reveal later on, which the gender reveal is actually in that video too, which is super cool. And
how'd you not break the guitar?
we did. It broke. It broke.
Did?
It just didn't explode like I thought it was. And to be honest, man, I never thought that would work. I just had that idea. I've always wanted to break a guitar, and you'd be amazed, Jay, how much crap I got online for breaking a guitar. Like people are pretty big sissies out there. I was like, y'all, I bought this guitar for $100 at Target.
Right.
Like, I'm not breaking my nicest Martin. You know, I'm not trying to show anything. It's rock stars break their guitars. Obviously, I'm not a rock star, but I was like, I just wanted to try it once. And if I was going to do it, I'm going to do it for my son. And so I had one of my best friends, his name's Michael Tyler, who's a songwriter here in Nashville. And I told him, I was like, dude, we're going to do this. And he put it all in there and duct taped the hole up and all the things. And we smashed this guitar, and it all, came out blue. And I about lost it. I was just like, holy smokes. I thought for sure I was having a girl. My wife said for the whole time, it's a girl, it's a girl, it's a girl. And I was like, okay, it's a girl. And then it came out, the powder came out blue, and I was losing. I got a hunting buddy. I'm going to go fishing. We're going to play baseball. It's going to be all the good stuff. But man, we posted that video online, and it got like millions and millions of views. And half of them were people saying, he's trash. He's garbage. I can't believe he's a real musician would never break his guitar.
Yeah.
Y'all freaking calm down. All right.
Drew Baldridge is on the video with us today. You can watch that, but it's great to catch up and talk about music and life in general. Like I say, congratulations too, by the way.
Thank you so much. Yeah, he's about 9 weeks old now. 2 months old. His name's Lyric. He's just Lyric. Yeah, and it's so cool, man, being a parent. It's so different. You think about life differently. You think about the music that you create differently, and just how you live your life. Our lives have changed so much over the last couple months. We haven't went back out on the road yet. We're getting ready to go back out in April, just kicking it back out on the road. But it's been nice just kind of being home for the last 2 or 3 months and just watching him grow, watching him change, being with my wife, us growing in our relationship, and just, what a woman's body goes through to have a baby is incredible. He is definitely an orchestrator of an amazing thing. And a woman's body is incredible to watch all the struggle they have to go through to have a baby. And then now the breastfeeding, all the stuff, is just crazy to me. It's mind blowing, but it's been super, super great to just be at home and watch him grow.
The nice thing about this, now, two things happen with this. Number one, the nice thing is you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to breastfeed.
Yes.
Unless she's pumping.
Yeah. Well, we've started this new thing now the last week where she pumps and I bottle feed through the night. So I'm the night shift man, which is fine because he started finally sleeping through the night. He's only getting up about one time. It seems to be about 2:30 to 3:30. He's getting up, and then I hang out with him and then get a couple extra hours of sleep. But it's I thought I came into it a little naively, Jay. I'll be honest with you. I came into it a little naively. I was like, hey, I'm a musician. I've slept in vans. I sleep on the floor. I've traveled in vans from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. driving. No big deal. Well, I never thought I come home and sleep after I do that crap. Like after I go on the road for 4 days of no sleep, I come home and I make it up. There's no making it up with a baby. He's just there. And like, you think you're going to sleep? He has different plans. You're on his time. And so I've definitely learned a lot in that aspect.
Changing diapers, you do a lot of that too, I'll bet.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. I'm a changing diaper expert now.
Are
I
ya?
got it down. I know all the techniques.
Wait till he blows that thing out.
Oh yeah, that's happened.
It's all
Oh yeah, already happened.
and you don't have any gag reflexes that you
Not yet. Yeah,
not
not
yet?
yet. I've had, I think one of the worst times I had was when the first time he peed all over me. That was pretty bad.
Was it?
Yeah, that was not expected. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna start covering that thing up every time.
Right. It can be dangerous.
It can be dangerous for sure.
Yeah. So will you guys try for another one? Do you want a boy girl type thing or just
Yeah, I think it would be cool to have one of each, to feel both loves, because I feel like obviously I love my son so much, but I feel like having a girl would be a totally different feeling. But I think we're gonna wait a while, probably wait until he's a year and a half or so. That's our goal anyways, whatever God willing, whatever happens, happens. But
you're gonna
um,
practice though, right?
yeah, exactly. That's the
Yeah.
good time. Yeah, that's the good stuff. So we'll definitely have another. I just don't know when. It'll probably be a minute.
Right. Yeah. So it's amazing too because guys that like you and me, not the best looking guys, but we got the best looking women, don't we?
That's right. Somehow that works.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always tell everybody all the time, like, way out of my league. I
Yeah.
don't know what it was. I guess writing good love songs is how I keep her. I try to write these love songs that make her feel something, because she's definitely way too hot for me, Jay. Way
Yeah.
too hot. I don't know.
She is good looking.
Yeah,
I'm
she
going,
is.
how did Drew get that? How did you guys meet?
Man, so I'm from Southern Illinois and she's from Northern Illinois, and we met at a place called Macomb, Illinois, which was like Northwestern University. She was in college, and I was actually passing through playing a show opening for Casey Donahue. It was one of my first times I ever played with Casey Donahue, and this was 9 years ago. And we met that night, and just kind of became friends. And she eventually, I don't know what it was, 2 or 3, 4 years later, moved to Nashville and kind of reconnected when she moved down here. She was like, "Hey, I'm living in town, if you ever want to get dinner or whatever." And we just kind of reconnected and been together ever since. Pretty wild.
Oh, well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Drew, where can people get your music?
So right now you can get my music wherever you stream, Apple, Spotify, all that fun stuff. And obviously you can get my music on drewbaldridgemusic.com. I have a store on there. If you want a CD, I actually have a couple that I've signed that you can go to my web store and get a signed CD. And if you want to follow along on all the, I love posting teasers and all my new music on my Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, which is just all Drew Baldridge Music. And I keep up very, very up to date on that. And we're actually getting ready to go out on the road in March and April, and we're going to do this tour that I started over COVID called the Baldridge and Bonfire Tour, where I've literally went all around the country and played people's hometowns and backyards. And it was just all booked through social media and super grassrootsy, but it was the best tour I've absolutely ever been on. So we're bringing that back for March and April. I'm going to go out and play about 30 people's backyards all around the country, and just field parties, hanging out, playing cornhole, having just the time of our lives. And it's just been one of the coolest ways for me to meet my people, to meet who I'm making music for. And I've just really enjoyed touring this way. And who knows if we'll ever do it again, but for March and April, we're going to go back out. We're going to play about 30 of these, and also this whole time release new music while doing it.
Well, make it 31. You're stopping in my backyard, right?
Text me after this. We'll figure it out.
All right.
Yes.
Drew Baldridge, one of my favorite artists that you can get. I love watching his videos. He's got, She Does, like I said, the one about his wife and the new baby. And I like the Ima.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Ima is my favorite song to play live. It has turned into my whole band's favorite song to play live. And the day we wrote this song, I'll never forget it. The guy came in with, and I love just countryisms. Like I just love that freaking crap. I just love it, and that's how I talk. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do that. And the guy I was writing with, Paul Sykes was his name, and he was like, "I got this idea called Ima." I was like, I'm gonna go do this. He said, yeah, exactly. And then that chorus just fell out like this, I'm gonna build a house upon a hill, all these things. And we laughed the entire time writing this song because it was just obviously it was so real and honest, like the story of my life, but it was just a different way of saying it. It was a different way to say I love you and a different way to say it in a country version. And the video, man, I had this idea. I was like, man, why don't we just treat it like I'm just riding a tractor the whole time, a cabless tractor, just being a goofball and a dummy. And that's literally what the whole video is, just me pretty much riding this tractor down to the pond and turning around and riding the tractor back. I guess there's a couple shots, maybe me sitting in a barn, but pretty much it's me riding this freaking John Deere. It's hilarious.
I love it. Here's a little clip of that.
We can get to forever fast. I can see. I'ma build a house up on a hill. I'ma put your fires on a windowsill. I'ma drive you wild like a drive a tractor. I'ma rock you hard like a Telecaster.
It's so funny, man. We posted that on social media, and you'd be amazed how many people don't know what a Telecaster is.
Right.
And they're like, ooh, that sounds dirty. He's going to rock you like a Telecaster. What's a Telecaster? And some people are like, oh, it's kind of like Anchorman, the guy that sits and behind and does the telecasting of the news.
Right.
I'm like, yo, it's a freaking guitar. Okay. It's a guitar. Google it. It's a nice Telecaster, a guitar.
Yeah. Well, Drew, I love the music that you come up with, and I love it because it's so real, it's relatable, and guys don't feel it's sappy to listen to it because it's real stuff with real meaning. That's what I like to say.
Well, thanks, man. And we're getting ready to put out a new song that I've been working really hard on for the last. I mean, I wrote it over a year ago, and I've been trying to produce it right, and I haven't been able to get it right. And I feel like we finally just got it right. It's in mixing. Literally tomorrow, it's going to mixing, and we're going to put it out in March. And this is the first time I've ever told anybody, Jay, actually.
Really?
But the song's called Big Prayers, and it's one that just has a whole ton of meaning for me. My old drummer, when I was actually back in Illinois playing in cover bands, his wife got diagnosed with cancer last year. And I'll never forget it. I was on Facebook. I was in a writing session, and we sit down, we were writing, we're kicking around ideas, and nobody really has anything that's hitting anybody. And I was scrolling through Facebook, and his daughter posted on Facebook about her mom and said, we just got news that my mom beat cancer. And
Awesome.
They're doing a final scan to see if she has any more cancer. Need big prayers. And I read that, and I just got tears in my eyes, and I was like, something in my heart said, Drew, you need to write big prayers. You need to write big prayers. There's so much hope in that. There's so much power in that. So we sit down, we wrote this song called Big Prayers, and we just shot the music video for it last week. And it's going to be the brand new song's coming out in March. And this is one of the most songs I've been proud of since I put out She's Somebody's Daughter. Just the message of it is really, really special. And I think people are really going to, like you said, have a meaning, really relate, really need this message. I need this message. It reminds me when I listen to it to never stop praying, even when you think crap ain't going right. And there's no way that this can change.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It can, because you got a friend upstairs that can make a difference. He can have miracles happen every day, and sometimes we don't think they can, but they really do. And so I can't wait for everybody to hear this. I don't even have the date that it's coming out yet. We're literally meeting this week with the team to discuss the release date. But I'm super happy and proud, like you said, to have this message that it means something.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll text you a little demo. How about that?
Okay. That would
You'd be the first one.
All right, that's awesome. Drew Baldridge joins us. One more thing, real quick. You got 1 second?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because we're going to talk real quickly about the main thing is, again, people go to drewbaldridgemusic.com, right, to get your music, and also follow him on Facebook, like him on Facebook, all that good stuff, and you'll be able to see some of the quirky little videos that you do with you and your wife. And did she ever just go, Drew, stop being so weird?
Every time we do this, every time she complains every time I'm like, hey, just do this. Okay. We got to do this. It's for the people, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
And she hates it. She doesn't, sometimes she'll get into it. I got to find like the right mood that she's in,
Right.
women, how they are sometimes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
figuring out those moods. So if I find her in a good mood, then I know like some of our biggest videos we've ever had, which are so funny. We had this song a while back called That's You. And
Yeah.
this was the very first time I ever like, I'm talking about TikTok again. I'm not a TikTok artist at all, but this is just a funny story. And I studied TikTok for a long time because a couple of years ago, my friend Lainey Wilson, who's doing awesome things right now,
Yeah.
she was making all these goofy videos and kept posting them. So I called her and I was like, what the freaking heck are these dumb videos you're doing?
Yeah.
She's like, it's TikTok. You got to get on it. Like everybody is discovering my music from this app. And I said, well, okay, I guess I'll freaking get on it. So I got on there and I studied how everybody was doing it. Like, oh, they're in their car and they're sitting with somebody. And so I'll never forget it. We were driving home to Christmas and I pulled over on the side of the road. And once we got to her hometown, and I looked at her and I said, babe, we're going to make a TikTok. And she said, no, we're not. We're not doing a stupid one of those TikToks sitting in the car. And I said, yeah. I said, this was actually real. I said, I wrote this song for you. We were just, she was my fiance at that time. We weren't married, and she hadn't heard it yet. And I said, hey, I'm going to play this song. You haven't heard it yet. And we're just going to post it and see what happens. So we pulled over on the side of the road and she was not throwing a fit, but just griping like, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, my hair looks like crap. And
Right.
I look fat in this shirt and all this stupid stuff. And I'm like, no, you look great. Just listen to the song and go along with it. So she listened to the song. I thought it was just like, okay, I'll post it, whatever. We post it. We go to Christmas. We come home and it has almost 2 million views on it. And we're like, how in the world did this do that? Did that do that? So every time now that I try to get her to be in a video thing, I just bring that up. I'm like, hey, babe, remember that time you didn't want to do it? Well, guess what? It got 2 million views. Let's try it again.
Yeah, I tell my wife, you got to quit using. You got to find a new word after 30 years. You're so weird.
Yeah.
Find something new. That's old.
Yeah, get something new.
Yeah, get a little creative.
That's hilarious.
But you have, like I said, you've played in Okoboji with Locash, Chris, and Preston, and then you also were at the Surf Ballroom, and you came and played at our pre-show party.
Yes,
before that show.
Yes, man, I love the Surf Ballroom. One of my first, I tell everybody this story. The first time I've ever really opened for a main artist was at the Surf Ballroom for Dustin Lynch. And I'll never forget it in my entire life. This was maybe 10 years ago now. I mean, It was Dustin Lynch's right when he had his first hit come out. And we were out on the road and we played. And I got off stage and I went backstage. And I remember being so nervous and thinking, man, I must have screwed up. Like, I don't know. And I got a text from a weird number and it was Dustin. He said, hey, man, I just want to tell you, you crushed it out there. And I was like, oh my gosh, Dustin Lynch just texted me. This is the coolest thing. But yeah, the Surf Ballroom, man, definitely tons of memories there. And that was literally my first time ever really opening for a main artist was at the Surf.
Well, that afternoon, I think we sat and watched football on the bus.
Yep.
And I gave him my YouTube TV account. And I think they still had it after a while because I couldn't get on my TV. It says too many. I'm going, I got 2 TVs on. I can use 3. So
it's Dustin probably.
Yeah. So funny. Yeah. But
that's great.
But Locash, you guys just did a song. How'd you come up with this I'm going to play a little clip of the beginning of it here, just because I'm sure they're all over TikTok with this thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, it's just it's a great song.
Favorite music's country, and my favorite truck's a Ford. My favorite spot to fish is down off the Alabama shore.
So you wrote that with them. How'd you guys come up with that?
Did. Man, crazy story about this song. So we were down and we were, the line says my favorite spot to fish is off the Alabama shore. We were in Pensacola Beach when we wrote this song, and I was out opening some shows for them just last year, acoustic, and we had another buddy that came out and met us there. His name's Nate Kenyon.
Oh, yeah.
And Nate Kenyon is a great artist, songwriter. And they were getting ready to play the show at Pensacola Beach. It was a radio show there. And we were actually just ate dinner and we were talking about going to Wright, us, me, Locash, and Nate. And they had this little house that was, the place for the artist to hang out. And Nate goes, I have this idea, guys. And Nate just spouted off that whole chorus like this. Just was
Really?
like, this is the idea I got. And we all looked at each other and we were like, holy freaking crap. Yeah, let's write that. And so we had the whole song written in like 25 minutes almost. We sat down and everything just spouted off really quickly. And no joke, that night, you know how Preston and Chris are. They're hilarious and they're just have the best time. And 3,000 people on a beach. And me and Nate are standing side stage watching. And Preston says, well, we just wrote a song with some boys that are actually here tonight. We're going to pull them out here on stage and they're going to sing the song to you. And I just wanted to kill him. I was like, well, you got to be freaking kidding me. I don't even, I was the only one playing the guitar. I was the only one that knew the chords. Nate had the words on his phone. Like, we just wrote this 30 minutes ago or an hour at most ago.
Yeah.
And you never want to sing a song that you just wrote because you don't really know the melody. You're kind of figuring out. And we go out there and it's just me. They give me their acoustic and we play this song and we get to the chorus and we sing it down and the whole crowd screams red, white, and blue. All 3,000 people. And we looked over at each other and Preston looked back at me and he was like, well, it looks like we're going to have to record that song, boys. I was like, yeah, it looks like it. So then from there on, it's just become a staple in their live show. Everywhere they go, it just becomes this song that I feel like America needs so much right now of, hey, we're proud of where we come from. We're proud of the red, white, and blue. It's our three favorite colors here. And I'm a firm believer and proud to be from America. And we know there's a bunch of other proud country folks out there that feel the same way. And so this song has taken on a life of its own. They just put it out a couple months ago, and it's been really cool to be a part of that journey. And this is my first real major label release besides my own as a writer, which has been super cool. And being a part of that and building my own building TikToks with them and videos with them and the whole thing. It's just been very, very special. Those guys are like my brothers, and I'm very, very thankful for everything they've done, recording my songs and allowing me to go out on the road with them. But I think this is a very special song. And I think, hopefully they get it out to radio soon and people can start playing it all around the country.
If they don't get it to me, I'm just going to play it off YouTube or something.
There we go.
Same thing with your stuff. I'll just get it off YouTube if you know.
Ah, well, thanks, man. Yeah. And, writing has been really, really cool the last couple of weeks. We got this Locash cut, and then I just got a call from my buddy Bailey Zimmerman, who's kind of popped off the last couple, 4 or 5 months here, has really done a big name for himself. And he just cut one of our songs, which has been really special, and to be a part of his story. And that's been really exciting. So not only putting out our own music, but some other artists taking interest in what we're writing is pretty special too.
Drew Baldridge, you got to remember that name. I know we've had him on here before, but go down there and get his music and download it and all that good stuff. And then, keep up to date and do things with the family, the wife and the boy, and watch him grow up a little bit.
Oh yeah. If you follow along, I mean, I'm always very active on our socials of posting everything about our lives. So you'll see if you just hit that follow button, he'll be up there and we'll be, watch our little family grow. It's a fun time.
Who does he look like more?
Well, he started out looking a lot like me. I remember when he came out, the nurse next to me said, "Oh, Daddy has some strong genes. He looks just like Daddy." And Katie was like, "Great. I carried him for 9 months and he looks like you." And now he's starting to look like his mama a little bit. And I think he's a good mixture of both of us. So it's cool to watch him change,
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Again, congratulations, Drew. Tell your wife congratulations. She has no idea who in the hell I am, but just tell her congratulations anyway.
I will, buddy. I appreciate that.
She'll see the video and go, that's the guy.
Yeah. No, it's sweet, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Keep writing those great songs and melodies and getting that out there for people to hear.
Well, thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Drew Baldridge, everybody.